The spring breakout series continues on MLB Network. You're getting a chance to watch the Washington Nationals prospects square off against the prospects of the St. Louis Cardinals. Prepare for electricity, prepare for fire, prepare for whatever word you want to use in terms of Liam Doyle coming out of Tennessee last year. It was a plus fastball for him. He was touching 100, 95 to 97, but it's got really explosive ride up there. The thing for the Cardinals is they have to figure out the secondaries. Eli Willis will be leading things on. All eyes on that young man right there, an 18-year-old Eli Willis, and then he draws a walk to leave this ball game off, which is what he did in his first taste of professional baseball at the age of 17. May I remind you, he had on base percentage of 390. Here's Gavin Feen. You see his numbers last year, just 10 games. So, Eli Willis on the run, and he's going to slide with the bat. Willett showcasing many of his skills, testing Raniel Rodriguez, a top 100 prospect himself, behind the plate. Gavin Feen, another one. He came over from the Texas Rangers in the Mackenzie Gore trade in the offseason. He was the 12th overall. Hey, this is a rocket into the corner, and the Washington Nationals are going to take an early 1-0 lead. Feen into second RBI double, and Liam Doyle watches the leadoff man walk, steal a bag, and then come in with a double lead. The exit velocity on that 107.1 miles per hour. Liam Doyle looking for a punch out here. Runner at third base and no one out. And there is the first. Well, they're going to challenge the call. So I'll tell you, Seaver King, watch Rodriguez challenge the now. And the ABS challenge, we shall see if Seaver King is right. And draw a walk. Look at the goal. I'm going to be cute. Half top. It's just one strikeout in the game. A free pass to Andrew Peekney, his second walk in the first inning. A pitching change already. Liam Doyle, his afternoon is done. Just a third of an inning. The pitcher is Tyler Bratt. Liam Doyle removed from the game, but it's interesting to point out, Sam Dykstra, that he can re-enter this game. Another base to an answer. Reboot runs him down. Peking thrown out at second base. But his second out of the inning. Haney would have been the guy I would have picked to try to steal a bag here in the first inning. So kudos to Rodriguez for making the adjustment. Nice throw here to the first base side of the bag, leading J.J. Weatherford to right-handed Penny's half. Davian Garcia, 6'2" right-hander, homer. Sixth rounder in 2024 out of Florida Gulf Coast University. On the mound for the Nets. Here is J.J. Weatherford. Well, up goes. Throw him in that dark. So right, just one on white out, and that's going to be enough. Weathermore didn't take long, and Pete's going to get the curve. I think one of the defining characteristics of J.J. Weatherford this spring is that it hasn't been somebody who's been swinging. Right, he's been willing to take his walks, which is not something you always see from Leo Layer. In the blink of an eye, bases loaded, no one out for the Cardinals. 98 miles an hour, and Garcia gets his first out of this ball game. Davian Garcia, who's got a lot of helium right now, right? He does, yeah. He's somebody the Nats have talked up a lot, and one thing that's come up a lot is with all of their pitchers, but they're trying to add velocity. They're trying to get these guys in a good place to blow pitches, high adders there. And he punches out a terrific poor receiver at 97, and just like that, Davian Garcia is 1 out away from getting out of a bases-loaded, no-one-out jam. 1-2 pitch, and give Davian Garcia a ton of credit. As the wind carries this, Willis puts it away. Bases loaded, no one out. The Cardinals unable to push one across. Liam Doyle again, who can re-enter this game. Yeah, even though he came out after 25 pitches in the first inning, they have brought him back. And Liam Doyle showcasing why is the Cardinals' top pitching prospect. They hear back-to-back fastballs, and Caleb Lomavita down swinging. A slider gets back-to-back punch-outs for Doyle. So 1 out away from keeping this a 1-run deficit, and he walks out a second time on this game. Very impressed with Eli Willis. They are throwing a party right now in West Palm Beach, let me tell you, and in Washington. And because this is a spring training game with a young pitcher on the mound, once again we have a pitching change. Bases loaded, 2 outs. It's Gavin Feen, first time up, RBI double. Feen shoots this one into the gap, and it's going to get down. This might clear the bases. Gavin Feen off and running, driving in 4, and we're not done with the second inning. 4 RBI day, and we're in the top of the second. Gavin Feen putting on a show in this breakout game. Gavin Feen, welcome to the Washington Nationals organization. This is what he was brought here to do. All 3 runners come home. Miguel Cime Jr., a 6'4", 235-pound, 18-year-old, a physical specimen. It's low, or sit right back up the middle. So good start. And 99 turned around. And the St. Louis Cardinals off and running here at the bottom of the second. So back to the top of the order here is Ty Pete with one out to a board in this offseason. This ground ball to second. And this goal, well, it was from the front and well, it's short, it's going to lead to a guard. The Cardinals are on the board. So J.J. Weatherholt at the plate, read 2 pitch, and he blows away J.J. Weatherholt. Wow, 101 miles an hour. They're going to be showing that pitch. C-May with flamethrower. Looks like he's got a big league body right now. It's fun to imagine what he can do when he gets to 26 from 7. Now, Franklin going up against Willits, who for the first time today gets the bat from the left side, which is, I won't say preferred side, but his better side so far. Franklin blowing away Eli Willits 100 miles an hour. Top of the 5th, the 2-2 pitch. That's a base hit. King up the middle, and he reaches. Turns around 99 from Franklin. Not easy to do by any means there for Seaver King. Tanner Franklin. A cue shot, base hit to right. Pinckney comes through, second time he's reached in this ball game. So Ronnie Cruz, third baseman for the Nationals, looking for a 2-out knock. It's the center right field. Baez trying to track it down, and he will. Nice play from Joshua Baez and Tanner Franklin. String it's to J.J. Weatherholt, the #1 prospect in the Cardinals farm system. We know that partnership with Taylor and Mason Inning. They were doing stuff for, and that's the J.J. Weatherholt. We've seen since he was drafted. So Joshua Baez was 22 years old, 6'3" right-handed bat. And this Baez sent it to left. Baez goes to Ever. Rescue run shot from Joshua Baez, and the Birds are just down one. That is the Joshua Baez that we saw across minor league baseball in 2025. What an absolute blast. The power has always been there in his profile versus second 2 outs. Gavin Veen up next with that power potential for him. You can see why he was a top 15 pick in the draft. You can see why the Nationals saw him as the shining star of that Mackenzie Gore trade. His third hit of the ball game, and it's going to drive in potentially his 5th run at will. Gavin Veen with 3 hits and 5 RBIs in a spring breakout contest. And I love that it was a different type of hit too. Like he's spreading it around, right? He's turned around velocity. You got to that one really well. When the bottom of the 6th of this spring breakout contest, Ryan Mitchell 0 for 2 in the ballgame. Sends this one deep to right, and it's gone. Ryan Mitchell connects. Hitting 9th in the lineup, and his first hit of the afternoon gets the Cardinals within 1. Ryan Mitchell, somebody who is known much more for his hit tool coming out of the draft last year out of Tennessee, but drives that one really nicely. Ball 4, Weatherholt reaching out for the 3rd time. Bases are loaded now for the Cardinals, and a pinch hitter up, Josh Krotz at 2-0. This comeback is off his glove. It's going to be tough to get across at first, and they walk. Now it playing, run scores in the tie. Bases are now loaded for Raniel Rodriguez. Cardinals take the lead, and Randall's struggling here in the bottom of the 6th. Now, this is really atypical from Josh Randall. Normally, his command and control are so much better than this. Blaze Jordan, who is somebody you could push for the majors in 26. RBI machine looking for 1 here. They're going to get 1. Can they turn it? Indeed. Run does score, but now 2 outs of the 6th. Cardinals up on there. Jesus Baez, 1 for 2 with a walk. Baez shoots this one up the middle, a 2-out RBI not. Makes the score 8-5. Cardinals with the lead, and the Cardinals have batted around. Ryan Mitchell hitting with 2 on and 2 outs. Up there swinging, sends this to left field. It will be tracked down. Nice play in left. Glasser makes the catch. The inning comes to an end. John Gazdar getting his first at-bat of this game. And that big leg kick. Wow, trying to generate loaded at Howard. And that's going to be tracked out of first base for the out. It's a nice play at first. Or Andy Morales next him around for the 2nd out. Daniel Ortiz has an opportunity. Bases loaded, no one out. This ground ball to second could be 2. Indeed. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for Cesar Rojas. So now time run will come to the plate for the Nationals. But then this is some of the bad habits he used to get in putting the ball at our top. It's swinging on it. It's swinging the butt. A run will come across. It's the first out in the 9th. Philip Glasser, Florida and Arizona. Glasser comes through again. What a ball game. Drives in 2. We got a 1-run game. His 3rd hit of the ball game. Philip Glasser makes it 9-8. Kevin Basil wants to continue the rally. Ground ball back to Fajardo, and that'll do it. Final out in this ball game, the St. Louis Cardinals top prospects defeat the Washington Nationals by a score of 9.